Hey everybody, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here. On today's episode, I wanted to again kind of dive back into MOORE Expo a little bit. I made a couple of episodes before talking about how excited I am about this event and just kind of diving into things that I found on their website, different things that they're going to be sort of featured there, you know, the trails on your way there, the camping, that kind of stuff. So on today's episode, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the featured rigs, because there are some cool trucks that are going to be there on display at the event, and so I just wanted to kind of talk through those. So if you're new to the channel, my name's Fletch, this is All Things Overlanding, and basically what I do here is I talk about overlanding gear, I do gear reviews, I do do-it-yourself modifications, both to vehicles and also to gear to make it more efficient and make it work for myself. I focus on budget-minded overlanding stuff, so again, I'm not trying to buy all the most expensive gear and you know, spend $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 on my rig and all my gear put together. I'm trying to find the cheapest way to get out and go overlanding. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you'd click that subscribe button below, click the bell to be notified when new videos come out. I drop at least a couple a week. So, you know, I like to stay busy. I like to create this content. I love chatting with you guys. So definitely click that subscribe button. I'd love to chat with you. All right, but so without further ado, let's dive into MOORE. All right, guys, so as I mentioned, on today's episode, I'm going to be diving a little bit deeper into kind of the featured rigs that you can expect to see out at MOORE Expo. I'm going to preface this by saying that I might know one or two of these guys that have these rigs, which is pretty exciting because I've never met any of them in real life. We're like YouTube friends, but I'm super excited to meet them and check out their rigs in real life at the expo. So I'm going to kind of go through it. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you so you can kind of, I'll skip back and forth between myself and the screen to, you know, show you what I'm looking at. But again, just wanted to kind of dive into the featured rigs a little bit because there is some super exciting stuff and I want to get you guys excited for what's coming to MOORE because I'm excited about it too. So let's kind of take a look here at what they've got. So, you know, my truck will be there too. I just want to point that out. But I'm not cool enough to be in the venue. I will be in the parking lot. So if you see my truck, definitely take a picture, take a video, do whatever you want. Don't vandalize it, but do whatever you want, picture and video wise, and tag me in it. I'd love to, you know, share your stuff out on my pages as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing some of your guys' rigs and meeting you in person. And, you know, it's just going to be so much fun. So anyways, let's dive into the page of rigs. So up top here, the first one, little channel, small one. You might have heard of it, Trail Recon. I don't know. You know, they make some amazing videos. Dude's been around for a while, and he is killing YouTube right now. I just hope to someday be like a 10th or a 100th of the subscribers that he's got. But he's going to have, you know, I'm used to his Jeep. That's what I've kind of always seen. But, you know, at this event, he's going to have his new Power Wagon, which is cool. I know my buddy Andrew from Indiana Overlanders will be excited about that because he rocks a Power Wagon too. And a couple years ago, we went to West Virginia. There were about 4 rigs that went. And one of those was a Power Wagon towing a trailer. And he freaking killed every obstacle that we came across. No problem. So, you know, Trail Recon will be there with his sweet Ram Power Wagon. So I can't wait to see that. I mean, look at this thing. That thing is rad. And he's out west, so of course he's got all these beautiful shots and beautiful pictures of this thing. I'm sitting here in like the gray, dingy winter of Indiana with like, I don't know, trees, I guess. The next one, super excited about this. These are definitely YouTube buddies of mine. I can't wait to meet them in person. Rogue Overland. So, you know, if you're a Nissan Xterra person, you've definitely heard of Rogue Overland, right? Like they're the big guys. They're the big guys on the block. They have some sweet, you know, first gen Xterras. They have second gen Xterras. There's all kinds of stuff that they've got. They've got tons of buddies with just awesome, amazing rigs. But I can't wait to check this thing out because it's kind of like, it's like a granddaddy, right? Like when I first started my Facebook page, I was like, who should I watch, right? Like who should I see that's doing Xterra stuff? And like the only name that ever came up was Rogue Overland. So it's just awesome that these guys are going to be out there. I've already kind of had a little bit of communication with them pre MOORE Expo. And like they're like, hey, we're excited to meet you. And I'm like, oh my God, that's weird because I'm excited to meet you, but I'm surprised that you know who the hell I am, right? So anyways, I'm super excited. Can't wait to see their rig. Can't wait to hang out. Can't wait to, sort of get to talk to them more. But again, if you're a Nissan person, definitely come out and check out Rogue Overland's rig. I mean, look at this thing. Sassed out. It's so good. Then this one at first, I'm not going to lie. When I first looked at this, I was like, oh, it's Grizzy Graham, right? It's Arkansas Off-Road. And then I was like, wait a second. He doesn't have logos or anything on the side of his door. So Taron Evans, I don't know him at all, but I can't wait to meet him. I can't wait to see his rig. His rig is rad, right? Like, this thing is sweet. These Tacoma TRD Pros are just sick. They're big money. They're bigger money than me. I'm a poor schlub from Indiana that likes to have too many cars, so I don't spend a ton of money on one single car. I just buy the cheapest possible crap that I can for my rig, and then spend money on my other car too. So anyways, this thing is sweet, and I can't wait to see it. I love the fact that there's going to be multiple Tacomas there, right? Like, and I'm sure there'll be a million people coming that have Tacomas or 4Runners or Land Cruisers, because Toyota kind of runs the show nowadays from an overlanding standpoint. But that's why I'm kind of excited to go too. I want to represent for Nissan. I want to show off the Xterra. It's 16 years old. It runs like a top. It's such a good truck, and it's so cheap. So anyways, I digress. Oldham Family Adventures. I mean, this thing is a sweet 4Runner. It's just a gorgeous. Those things are just rad. Like, if I had the money, I would totally have a 4Runner. I'm not going to lie. It's my Nissan bias that keeps me in the Xterra, and it's also the fact that I don't want to spend 3-4 times as much as I did on my Xterra to go bang it into trees and drive it through mud. But I can't wait to see this thing, because just the suspension setup on this thing, wheels and tire, I mean, this thing looks super meaty and aggressive, so I can't wait to see it in person. Expedition Recon, this thing caught my eye. This thing is sweet. Look at this Land Cruiser. I mean, I don't even know. It doesn't say what year this thing is, but what is that? Late 80s, early 90s probably, if I had to guess, just based off of the looks of it. I'm not a Toyota person, so please don't, chastise me in the comments down below. But that thing is just a sick Land Cruiser, and it just looks so well set up, and I just love seeing classic rigs. Like, I just think there's something so cool about it. Honestly, if I had my druthers, right, if I was, again, had tons of money and didn't mind, spending it, which I do because I have kids, I would buy like an old, like 80s, 90s Patrol in a heartbeat. And I would show up to all these expos. I'd go to Core, I'd go to Overland Expo East, I'd go to MOORE, and I would just roll up, and I just can feel the eyes on me now. Like, if I had an old Patrol, that would be so sick, right? But I don't have the money for that, and they're also really hard to find in the States. But this Land Cruiser makes me think of that, right? So anyways, that will be there, and I'm super excited to check it out. While I am a Nissan person, I'm not really biased against anything. I love all rigs. I'm okay with Jeeps. I mean, would I purchase something for the long term that isn't probably a Nissan? Probably not. Maybe in Toyota. That would be about it. And I'm sorry I'm revealing my bias, and I'm not trying to make anybody angry here, but like, honestly, that's just the way I feel about these vehicles, especially for the price. But I love them all, right? Like, there are so many freaking super sweet Jeeps. It's just, I would just feel weird driving a Jeep. Like, it's just, even if it was bulletproof and great forever, like, I would just feel weird. It's just not my personality. It's not my background, right? Like, I'm a Nissan guy. I'm a weirdo. I get it. Off-road Recon, gonna have a Ford, which is cool. Like, I love that there's so many different rigs, right? Like, as much as I'm a Nissan person, I have no problems, and I'm not going to talk crap about someone driving a Ford Ranger out, or an F-150, or a Raptor, or whatever, like, I think all these rigs are cool, and I love the fact that they just get out and do it. That's all that matters, right? Like, I just think this is cool, and I love that there's this sort of, like, family vibe with them. Like, it just seems like they have a lot of fun, and they get out, so I can't wait to see that thing, too, and that is a rad F-150. Like, that is cool. So I can't wait to see that thing. Bold Overland, this kind of caught my eye. I mean, this is a sharp Jeep, right? Now, it's kind of your standard JK, right? Not JL? It doesn't say. That is a JK, though, I'm pretty sure, because the JLs have the light LED lights, although he does have an aftermarket bumper. I'm pretty sure it's a JK. I'm not a Jeep expert. But again, just a great-looking Jeep. They're so iconic, and they just look fantastic with some bigger wheels and tires on them. And I like the tube bumper on it, too. The limb risers are nice, and I like the mount for the traction bar, or the traction mats. That's sweet. The logos are cool, the freaking vinyls and stuff. So can't wait to see that thing out there. And obviously, I mean, just from that picture, you can tell it has been out. It has seen some stuff. So it'll be nice to see it all dressed up and nice inside the venue. And then, of course, we get to my friend, Grant Wilbanks. This dude had the most badass TJ that you've ever seen, and then he sold it, which pissed off a lot of people. But now he's built this amazing Tacoma, and it is sick. And again, you can see my confusion with the earlier one, right? Like, this thing looks very similar. Now, obviously, there are differences, right? Like, bumpers, I mean, everything's different, right? Like, he's got backwoods, that dude's C4. I get it, okay? And backwoods makes cool stuff, too. Like, and I know that I know that he kind of works with them, so, like, I'm aware of that, but, like, their stuff is cool. Like, that bumper is rad, and the rear bumper is cool, too. It's just sick how quick he has built this truck up since he bought it. And I actually really love the tan color. Like, in the Nissan Infiniti world, there are a bunch of tan-colored Infiniti sedans with god-awful tan interior, and I hate them. And I'm a Nissan person. I had a 2004 Infiniti G35 all-wheel drive car. It was gray on the outside, which was awesome. I was like, gray is great. And then it had tan interior on it. It was the worst. The worst. So I try and stay away from tan vehicles. But on these Toyotas, that sort of like sand color is just, it's so good. And I love the wheels that he put on. It's just, the whole thing is just amazing. So anyways, I can't wait to see his rig in person. I can't wait to meet Grant in person because, you know, we've done some episodes together. We've done some shows together. I've interviewed him a handful of times. And he's just a cool dude, right? Like, he's a kid. He's much younger than me. I'm an old bastard, but we just get along. Like, I'm super immature, so I think we just jived that way. So I can't wait to meet him in person and to check out the rig. I think it's going to be amazing. There's the TJ too. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't follow this dude, go to YouTube, search for Arkansas Off-Road, follow him. He's got like 50,000 subscribers. You know, he's super famous on YouTube. I'm just a little guy. But check him out because his stuff is cool. And he makes great videos. He's a super talented guy. So anyways, that was the final sort of featured rig. One other thing that I wanted to mention that I got as kind of a tip from Chris, the guy that's organizing MOORE, is that Ozark Mountain Adventure Vans is going to be hosting a beer garden tent. So, you know, they're going to have, I'm sure, rigs there. There's going to be a bunch of awesome stuff. I'm actually trying to interview the guy from Ozark Mountain Adventure Vans here before MOORE. So hopefully that'll be coming out before too long too. But pretty excited about a beer garden, not going to lie. So that's pretty cool that they're going to be bringing that as well. But so yeah, again, there's going to be amazing classes, right? They're going to be teaching you everything from first aid to recovery to Gaia GPS. Matt McClellan from Ozark Overland Adventures is going to be teaching several classes of that, which I'm super excited to meet him in person too. So just so much cool stuff going on, right? Like, I can't wait. There's rigs, there's all this stuff. So anyways, just wanted to kind of walk you guys through that, show you the featured rigs, kind of catch you up to speed on what to expect there. Again, my goal with these is simply to share my excitement for this event with you guys, right? And also to kind of give you a heads up on what to expect there because I think there's going to be so much stuff that if you're not prepared, when you get there, you're going to kind of be shell-shocked, and then it's going to be the end of the second day, and you're going to be like, oh, damn it, I didn't see this or this or this or this, and you're not going to know, you're not going to get to see the stuff that you wanted to. So anyways, I hope that was helpful for you guys. That's kind of the end of this video. If you don't already, go down to the description below. Definitely check me out on Facebook, Instagram, the podcast. I'd love to have you guys in the comments. I'd love to have you as subscribers. I comment to everybody. I respond to everybody. That's my favorite part of doing this, right, guys, is just hanging out with you guys and chatting about overlanding stuff and Nissans and rigs and all that good stuff. So again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and make sure to subscribe. Talk to you later.